Welcome back to another podcast on the Wang Gang channel, guys. And for all of you guys that don't follow me on the main channel, I just got my stimulus check probably 2 weeks ago, and I haven't put up a podcast since then. But I got $2,900, and I've been getting a lot of questions asked about, oh, why did you get that much versus everybody else? Aren't we all supposed to get 1,200? Well, I might look young to a lot of you guys, but I'm actually 32 years old. I have a wife, I have kids. I've been married for 3 years already. And that's why I got $2,900. So I know a lot of you guys still haven't received your stimulus check yet. And I know a lot of people already spent their stimulus check when they got it already. A lot of you guys in the comments messaged me that as well. So for that, the only tip that I have for you is you have to go onto the IRS website. So here is the IRS website, and basically go to Get My Payments. You just read through all this. You may need your 2019 tax returns if filed and your 2018 tax return if you haven't. Click Get My Payment and just go through this whole thing, and it will easily tell you when you're going to get it, if they've already sent out a check to you, or if they've already direct deposited to you and is in process and all that. So that's what I recommend to do. And another tip, if you are married, filed jointly, and you still haven't received your stimulus check, what you can do is to go onto the IRS website, sign up as an individual taxpayer, filing single, and maybe that's a way that you can get your stimulus check even faster. So there's like a lot of tips and hacks that I found from not myself, but from other YouTubers. This is what they recommend to do, and I'm just relaying the message. So hopefully this helped you out. But in today's podcast, I want to also talk about reopening of the U.S. economy. I also want to talk about financial news. I also want to talk about Joe Rogan getting his podcast on Spotify. So let's talk about that first, since that's where I left off. So Spotify basically is going to license Joe Rogan's podcast maybe later on in the year, I think after September. And let's check out Spotify's. Man, in hindsight, I wish I bought Spotify a long time ago. But we're going to check out Spotify's stock price within the last week. So Spotify was last week, it was $150, ranging from that to $160. And after the news broke out just a few days ago, Joe Rogan came out on his podcast saying that he's going to have everything moved to Spotify, and their stock jumped up about 30% in the last week. How crazy is that? This is a billion-dollar company, $32 billion market cap, and it jumped 30% because of one guy, mostly. I believe this is all just from Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan came up big on YouTube and on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. And for Spotify to sign him, it's crazy. I think they signed for an undisclosed amount of money, but it should at least be over $100 million. I have to look further into that, but I think that this is bad for me because I consume Joe Rogan on a weekly basis, and I typically just watch his YouTube channel, the video podcast. I have it on my phone and just have my AirPods in. I don't really listen to Apple podcasts, but if you guys want a inspirational person to listen to, go with Joe Rogan. He's the one that pushed me through all of the times where I just wanted to quit YouTube. And, when I had only 1,000 subscribers, 2,000, and I wasn't getting that many views, just push through it. There's going to be an audience for everybody there, especially if you put in the work and you can connect with people and also provide people with as much help as possible. I think there's always going to be an audience for that. And I helped a lot of people make money. So I think that's why I have such a big following on my main channel. And, I'm just going to try to replicate that on this channel as well. So welcome to all you guys that are brand new. My name is Bruce Wang, and that's what I do. I try to help you guys make some money and entertain you as much as possible in the meantime. So some financial news after this Joe Rogan podcast news. Like, why didn't YouTube sign Joe Rogan to this live stream, to this? Why didn't YouTube sign Joe Rogan to exclusively push his content on YouTube? Is the YouTube too big for that? Like, come on, guys, they dropped the ball on that. And also, it's like they signed PewDiePie like a few weeks ago, so might as well sign Joe Rogan as well. Unbelievable. So in other financial news, there's been a lot of companies closing down because of the coronavirus, because of the Rona. Some companies you guys might have heard of, some maybe not. So another company that just been in the news recently is Pier 1 Imports. This is the store that we drive by around and never go into, or walk by in the mall and we never go in there. But they sell furniture. They sell a lot of, I think they mostly sell furniture. And I think they were going down before the coronavirus, but the Rona really put the nail on the coffin for them. So I think they're going into bankruptcy. Another store that's going into bankruptcy is JCPenney's. This is another store that I had never shopped in for probably over the last 20 years, maybe 15 years ago. I might have bought something from there. So, this Rona situation has been and will be changing the business environment altogether. Like, everybody is just going to be shopping online, I believe. And there's only going to be a few stores, maybe tech companies that might be able to have like a commercial space for us to go to. And, most of us are not willing to go there anyways. But one place that has really seen an uptick in customers is grocery stores. I've been helping out at a family grocery store for the last few weeks. And there is so many goddamn customers, dude. The lines are from like the front all the way to the back of the store. It's not a gigantic store, but we're seeing a lot of customers on the weekend. And like, dude, I've been worked to the bones lately, so it's been really hard pushing out content on the podcast and on the main channel. But this is what I've been doing, and I've been trying to implement a lot of new business strategies to the store. And there's a lot of reasons why I'm doing it, but one of the reasons why is because I'm trying to buy my own grocery store, and I want to, just get these strategies out there first and test it out on this store. And it's changed a lot, A lot of that has to do with like Facebook ads. I'm looking into that. A lot has to do with just social media marketing, which is something that, I'm kind of good at because I do YouTube. And this is something that I want to share with you guys, like business type information, because, on my main channel, I talk mostly about real estate and stocks and dividend stocks in particular. And on the podcast, I kind of want to go more in depth with like business, investments, and just financial news in general. But mainly the podcast is just going to be more informal and just talking about business in general, which is something that I went to school for business. So I'm implementing a lot of new things, and I have to say it's slowly working. For me, I'm kind of surprised and not surprised at the same time, because I know a lot of people make money from Facebook ads. There's like thousands and thousands of YouTube videos about how people can make whatever. They sell so many random things on Facebook ads. But, at one point in time, I thought Facebook was dying. And lo and behold, Facebook is like thriving, especially internationally. Like in America, I feel like most people that are on Facebook are older, maybe my age and older. So that's like 30, 40, 50, 60. And people that are younger, they kind of go all over the place. Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram. So, there's a divide there, but my customer base is mostly like 25 and older. So that's why, and the 25 and older people, those are the ones that have money to spend. So that's where I'm trying to target. And if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments below. I could definitely go over that with you and give you my tips for what's been working for me and what's not been working for me. But like the brick and mortar stores they're going to see a very, really tough time. So another thing that I've been trying to do is, if you guys never heard of Instacart is like selling your stuff online. But for grocery stores, you'll have someone come into the grocery store, buy whatever food that a customer wants, and then that driver will just go deliver it. It's like an Uber for grocery stores or for just picking up things at a convenience store or something like that. So I've been looking into that, but Instacart, I think that's what they're called. They're not really accepting new customers right now, but I have to really look into that. So this is their platform. Let me know if you guys have used Instacart and what's your experience, because I definitely want to implement this with the grocery store. A lot of people just don't want to go into grocery stores, man. Like, I don't want to work at a grocery store on the weekends. Like, the number one places that are going to be infected with coronavirus definitely is a grocery store or the hospital. And those are the two places that I would never want to go to. But, you know, a part of me thinks that I'm already asymptomatic. A part of me thinks that coronavirus will infect a lot of people, and that's the only way to get rid of it. You know, like, I've been in quarantine way too much, man. I don't know. I don't know right now. But moving on to the next topic, some other businesses that have, really changed a lot is Twitter. So Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, is allowing the workers from Twitter to work at home indefinitely, which is, I think, a big change. And I think a lot of other tech companies are going to go this way. And it just makes complete sense. Like, there's almost no reason to go into a workplace anymore nowadays unless you're providing a service that you need a one-on-one consultation, but you can do most of that on the phone. Like, I'm trying to rack my brain right now just to figure out, like, the only necessary things you're going to need is, like, to go see a doctor, maybe, if you need something, like, examined. Grocery store, obviously, but you can get someone to go buy groceries for you. So I think this is definitely the new way and the new wave, because, like, I've been buying everything off of Amazon lately. Even they have, like, Whole Foods groceries off Amazon. That's what I'm competing against with trying to open up a grocery store myself. So that's why, like, I'm trying to look up all these different tactics so Amazon doesn't beat me out on a lot of this. So tech company employees, they're going to be working from home. Amazon sales are going up. Walmart's sales are going up. Target sales are going up. It's the new wave because of this Rona situation. So talking about investments, I'm invested in real estate mostly, but I'm also trying to get my stock portfolio up to a reasonable level. Right now, I'm sitting at $52,000. This is the most I've ever had in the stock market at one point in time. And each and every single week, I'm just investing more and more. And I love it, man. I love investing in stocks because, the difference between stocks and cryptocurrencies, which was where I started. Cryptocurrency, they don't really hold a value. They don't produce anything. But when it comes to owning, like Apple, Apple produces computers, iPhones, AirPods. They produce anything under the sun when it comes to high tech gadgets. Or McDonald's is a company that, they provide us food service for every customer. Like the other day I had McDonald's. But if you were to invest into Bitcoin, Bitcoin's not going to give you a dividend. Bitcoin is it's almost like digital gold. I think that's the closest thing that I can compare Bitcoin to on the blockchain. So maybe Bitcoin's going to be the future. I'm not as bullish as I was before. I'm more of just going to be a long-term holder. And I hope for the best when it comes to Bitcoin because I still own some. And I made a video last week or 2 weeks ago about Bitcoin. And that one is slowly gaining some traction. You guys really love the Bitcoin talk. I've been through that already in 2017. Like I've already taken the 90% hit on my altcoins, and they've just never recovered. Even a lot of altcoins now, they still haven't recovered. So if you guys are thinking about cryptocurrency, buying Bitcoin is good, but I think buying dividend paying stocks are a lot better. Just because it's something that you know more. You know more about McDonald's than you know about Bitcoin. Come on. You can't say that you don't. So I kind of want to recap something from my last video, if you guys haven't seen it. In the last video, I talk about covered calls, and basically I'm going to be able to generate another $20 or so from those covered calls every single month. All right. So that is in a year, that's about $240 if all goes well. And if you add that $240 to this projected annual income for my dividends, $2,219, that puts me over the $200 every single month from like a passive income source. All right, so that is a big accomplishment for me that I knew it was gonna happen, but I just didn't think it would happen so fast. Now things are starting to really move along, and if you guys are interested in dividend investing, links are gonna be in the description, so you guys can use all of the same tools I am, so you can invest in, and you can also see my entire portfolio if you haven't seen it already. So I kind of just wanted to share my little win right there with you guys. Like, it's been a long-term goal of mine to get $200 every single month passively. You know, the next goal is going to be 300, 400, 500, and even up to 1,000. And once I get to 1,000, I don't know, maybe 10,000. You know, sky's the limit, but you know, I don't know. I'm afraid of that number right now. But if you guys want to watch more from me, you want to listen to more from me, go watch these podcasts here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for your viewership and listenership, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.